It's also a focal point of the Khalistan movement back in the 80s. Sukhbir Singh Badal, former Deputy Chief Minister of the state, was a target of an assassination attempt there. The sensational attempt was caught on camera because media persons watched Badal's penance through their lens. Now remember, Mr Badal is a Z+ protectee. The police who were in plain clothes around him acted to ensure any untoward incident was averted. The attack has raised some serious questions though about law and order, not just for the state but for the country as a whole. The fact that a Pakistan-returned Khalistani terrorist dared to open fire on a public figure in broad daylight in the full glare of media persons and Golden Temple visitors is appalling to say the least. But is there an attempt to revive the days of the Khalistani movement in Punjab? Is this an attempt to wipe out the moderate space in Punjab politics? And what would the repercussions of those be? Before we get to that, let me take you through some of the defining moments of the day and we'll tell you how it all unfolded this morning. A day after the Akali Dal meted out punishments to senior Akali Dal leaders for being guilty of religious misconduct, Shiromani Akali Dal President and former Deputy Chief Minister of the state, Sukhbir Singh Badal, sat outside the door of the Golden Temple for an hour. This was for guard duty. He was seen seated in his wheelchair in the robes of a guard. He had a spear in his hand. Narain Singh Chora, a Khalistani terrorist, opened fire at Sukhbir but missed the target. Chora was just a few meters away from Sukhbir Singh Badal when he took out his pistol, pointed it towards the Akali Dal chief, but just before he could press the trigger, he was stopped. And it was the presence of mind and swift action by the Amritsar police ASI, Sukhbir Singh, that averted the assassination bid. He caught hold of Narain Singh Chora and the bullet that was fired in the air, then the marks were later seen on a wall that was adjacent to the Golden Temple gate. Two other ASIs of the Punjab police also joined Sukhbir in overpowering Chora. Eventually, he was dragged by the police in custody. A ring of officers and constables in uniform were then seen taking him out of those premises, taking him away. So who exactly is this Narain Singh Chora character? He is a former Khalistani militant who has several open cases against him. Up until now, he's remained underground. Like I said, he has Khalistani links. He is a former member of Babur Khalsa International. He served 5 years in jail on terror charges. He was arrested under the UAPA. He's been out on bail since 2018. He's linked with the Khalistan Liberation Force as well. It's an associated Khalistani group, the Akal Federation. He is believed to be the mastermind of the 2004 jailbreak. He has crossed over to Pakistan in 1984. He's made multiple such trips to Pakistan. He's involved in arms smuggling, arms training and smuggling of drugs into Punjab as well. Those are the allegations he faces. There are at least 20 odd cases against him is what the Punjab police has come out on record and said even today. Now there are serious ramifications of what transpired today. It's worrisome both for the nation's security and for the political stakeholders, and there are several reasons for that. The Aam Aadmi Party today faces questions on this movement of militancy or Khalistani that seems to be finding roots or a revival in Punjab. Or is that so? Many say that the Aam Aadmi Party is being in denial about that. This re-emergence of the Khalistan issue amid especially the India-Canada standoff, that's something that needs to be looked at as well. Badal's influence remains significant despite his forced resignation. Remember, the Akali Dal came out, meted out this punishment. He was removed from the position that he had in the particular community as well. And yet, is there a reason to rally that anger towards him? That's another question that people are asking. There's also a chorus against the Aam Aadmi Party and law and order situation in Punjab in general. And it's a united opposition that's raising those issues. Not just the Akali Dal in this particular instance, but the Congress, the BJP too, uniting against the Aam Aadmi Party for their failure to ensure such instances that keep happening. This being the second high-profile such instance that has come to the fore after the Sidhu Moosewala murder. So while we see this attack that's unfolded, even though now we have this K terrorist in custody, the question that many are asking that has the state government failed to stall this K storm?
ਉਹ ਬੰਦੇ ਦਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਜਦੋਂ ਆਇਆ ਮੈਂ ਮਸਟੈਡੀ 'ਚ ਖੜਾ ਸੀ ਜੀ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਦੇਖ ਕੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਕੱਢਣ ਲੱਗਿਆ ਤੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੇ ਰਾਉਂਡ ਅਪ ਕਰਕੇ ਉਹਦਾ ਪਿਸਟਲ ਵੀ ਖੋਲਿਆ ਉਹ ਬੰਦਾ ਵੀ गिरफ्तार कर लिया।
पंजाब में पहले से ही लॉ एंड ऑर्डर की स्थिति बहुत ख़राब है। पहले भी बहुत सारी ऐसी वारदातें हो रही हैं और हुई।
ये बहुत बड़ी सुरक्षा की चूक है। आम आदमी पार्टी ने पंजाब को कोई कानून नाम की चीज छोड़ी नहीं।
पंजाब पुलिस की मुस्तैदी करके अज एक बहुत वड्डी घटना जिहड़ी है हुण वो बच गई।
Let's open this up. Dharinder Tayal, spokesperson of the BJP, Siddharth Sharma, spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party, and Arvind Kumar Jain, former DGP, join us on this broadcast. Siddharth Sharma, let me begin by asking you. It was the ASI that was present there in plain clothes, and it was his swift-mindedness that ensured that there was no untoward incident. But many believe that this was a failure of the Punjab police because they should have anticipated this, they should have seen this coming. Many, in fact, have also said that this particular individual, the attacker, was even seen over the last couple of days wrecking the spot, knowing what was coming Mr. Badal's way.
Yeah, the entire fact, Poonam, as your visuals are showing that this kind of an attack was totally foiled by the police people, and they were in plain clothes. There were not just one person there. There were around 150 people, because we know that in the Golden Temple, uniformed policemen are not allowed. It's a holy shrine. So, but still, law and order is a state subject. Punjab police has to take care of it, and your visuals are very clear that a very expert policeman in plain clothes, before the assailant tried to fire it, before he could press the trigger towards the target, he was foiled. Now, I'll give you a simple fact here. I'm going to bust a few myths today, and this is what I'm showing, and anyone of CNN, IBN's viewers can just go on internet and find it out. In 2023, the National Crime Record Bureau came up with data across India. The National Crime Record Bureau is from the government of India, that is the BJP's government. It says that the Punjab crime rate is 1.5 times lower than India's crime rate, and the Delhi's crime rate is nearly 3 times more than India's crime rate. So the first myth that can be busted right now here on your national channel is that the law and order situation in Punjab is far better than what is across India, and far better, 6 times better than what is in Delhi. Now we all know that law and order is a state subject. If the Punjab police can have this kind of active people around, even in plain clothes, without weapons, as you can see the bravery and the courage shown by the plainclothes police, he was unarmed, yet he had the training and the wherewithal to directly go and hold the assailant's hands in which the pistol was found.
Sure, which is why I said it was his swift-mindedness that worked. But the question I asked you was about the Punjab police as a whole and whether there was intelligence failure.
There was, I think, when you say about a holy shrine, we all know that holy shrine anybody can visit. So it's not an intelligence failure. The person who was on your record, you said that the judiciary gave him bail. So whatever the situation, your visuals are very clear that plainclothes policemen were so alert there today. Even if they were unarmed, the Punjab police training is for all of them to see that he directly went to the got hold of the assailant's hand and ensured that he could not fire his weapon on the intended target. So that I think is very clear. And the other thing, the data I gave you, the debunking of the myth that Punjab law and order.
Sure, but I don't know why we're talking about that myth, because I don't know why it is a comparison between one state versus the other. We're talking about an instance that has taken place in Punjab. It's a high-profile target. It's a former Deputy Chief Minister of Punjab. And Dharinder Tayal, there are bigger questions that come out of this as well. It's not just about one stray instance of law and order deteriorating. Mr. Tayal, I'll come back to you. I request all the other two gentlemen to stay on with us as well. We're just shifting focus to a piece of breaking news that's now coming in. This is to do with Maharashtra, where government formation is all but done. The oath taking is tomorrow. Eknath Shinde has finally ended the suspense, is what we're given to understand. He is going to be taking oath tomorrow as the Deputy Chief Minister. Remember, earlier today we had a press briefing of all three leaders, Devendra Fadnavis, Eknath Shinde and Ajit Pawar, that took place where Mr. Shinde said that he will decide by this evening if he was going to take up the post of the deputy. What we're given to understand is that the breakthrough has now been reached and Eknath Shinde has come out and said that he will be taking oath as the Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra tomorrow. Mandar Phandse joining us, getting us more details on this. Mandar, finally the suspense is over. Devendra Fadnavis as the Chief Minister, Shinde and Ajit Pawar as the deputies taking oath tomorrow?
Absolutely. I mean, all the clouds are clear now as far as the government formation of the Maharashtra is concerned. Now that tomorrow's swearing-in ceremony would take the oath, and at the same time, since Mr. Eknath Shinde was not really ready to join in the government, now that he has cleared his mind and he has accepted the offer, especially post the very cordial kind of sharing between the leaders, the Mahayuti leaders, post that, Mr. Eknath Shinde has accepted that now he will be in the government, and that too at the Deputy Chief Minister's rank.
Mandar, do we know exactly how this breakthrough was reached? It's been over 10 days since that mandate came to the fore, and yet there was back and forth going on. Today, finally, it was decided that Devendra Fadnavis is going to be the Chief Minister. With much fanfare, that was announced. But even in that press conference, Eknath Shinde kept that suspense going.
Since the beginning, it seems that Mr. Eknath Shinde was expecting some kind of good sharing as far as the portfolios are concerned. It seems that the resolution between with the BJP, NCP and Mr. Eknath Shinde, since they were all put together asking for very good portfolios within the cabinet. Now that apparently there must be some formula which has worked out, and that formula must have satisfied Mr. Eknath Shinde, since he from the beginning was asking for better portfolios as far as the cabinet ministry is concerned. So it seems after much deliberation and much negotiation with Mr. Devendra Fadnavis himself, gone to Eknath Shinde's house, he also tried to negotiate with him. Since Mr. Eknath Shinde is now happy, and now he is accepted the offer. Whatever is the offer is still needs to be checked up on. But at the same time, tomorrow even the portfolios won't be clear. But the Chief Minister and the two Deputy Chief Ministers will go for the oath ceremony in Mumbai.
Mandar Phandse, thank you so much for getting us the latest on that front. Payal, my colleague, also joining us, getting us more details. Payal, what finally was the magic word or the magic offer that finally came through for Eknath Shinde to agree to be the Deputy Chief Minister?
Eknath Shinde is the national president of his party, and obviously wanted to take into confidence his other party leaders. So he had a meeting with them, and they've been convincing him for the longest. You know, his MPs have been convincing him for the longest that he should take the Deputy CM's post. It's very important for the state of Maharashtra, and it's very important for the party on the whole as well. And that's why, after detailed discussion once again with his party leaders, we were given to understand that he's accepted the offer made by Devendra Fadnavis earlier today that he should become the Deputy CM. He already hinted that he was very, very confident that the BJP top leadership will not be unfair to him. They will give him a fair share of what his party really deserves. Although we do not know exactly what the portfolios are being offered, but you know, home is non-negotiable. That is something which the BJP top brass here in the national capital, and of course was conveyed in as many words to Eknath Shinde. But he wanted probably portfolios like urban development and the others. The exact portfolios we do not really know, but Eknath Shinde had said in the press conference that I will convey my decision by evening, and here we are. We have the decision in place that is accepted to become the Deputy CM of the state.
Payal, thank you so much for getting us the latest on that front. The suspense is over. Tomorrow, Maharashtra gets a new government with Devendra Fadnavis at the helm and Eknath Shinde and Ajit Pawar as his deputies. Shifting our focus back to Punjab, where we saw that audacious attack on Sukhbir Singh Badal, one that was averted by the timely and swift action of the ASI that was present there and several other policemen that were present there. But the question of deteriorating law and order, and the bigger question of if there is a concern of revival of militancy that needs to be dealt with, still stares us in the face. My panelists continue to be with us. And Dharinder Tayal, I was asking you before we got that piece of breaking information. As far as this particular situation in Punjab is concerned, like I said, it's not about this one particular instance. It has raised bigger questions, isn't it?
Absolutely. In fact, it was very shocking. And firstly, this incident needs to be condemned in no uncertain terms, particularly not just because of seeing the seniority and the level of the person, but the fact that it was in the holiest of the holy shrines of Harmandir Sahib. So that is something which is to be condemned in no uncertain terms. What is really shocking also is the fact that the entire AAP government is today trying to hide behind an ASI, including Siddharth Sharma, including Aman Arora, the co-president of the AAP in Punjab, who says it is just a one-off incident. I mean, he calls it a one-off incident. There's nothing wrong with law and order in Punjab. It's a one-off incident. And Siddharth Sharma says that it is not an intelligence failure at all because he was granted bail, so he was there. I mean, that is what intelligence is about. When a Pakistan-trained militant is roaming around in the streets, doing the recce of the place, and you have no clue, and you want to hide behind an ASI and say he did a good job. Yes, compliments to him, fantastic job done by him. A much serious situation has been averted. But the law and order has failed, intelligence has failed, and that is to be expected. I mean, people would remember some time back, I mean, this is so, I don't know what to call it, because it was the Punjab Police Intelligence Headquarters which was fired with a rocket-propelled grenade. And finally, it was the central agencies which had to go and arrest the person who did it. Punjab Police failed. And it was the administration, the government, which is failing them. The second question which you are, and also we haven't forgotten the Ajnala incident, where again, I mean, they say we had no clue that so many people would come and Amritsar would come and free his aid and take him away, and we would not be able to do anything about it. And it would again be the central agencies which would help in nabbing the person. That is Amritsar. But the fact of the matter, the crux which you raised is, where is this going? Is it the K word coming in again? You would be aware that Gurpatwan Panna has released a video saying that Aam Aadmi Party has taken $16 million from me, and they committed that we would release Bhullar, and they haven't done so, and so they've gone back on their promise. So if they are on the payroll of Gurpatwan Pannu, what do we expect in Punjab? There is a complete fear in Punjab today that Punjab could be going back to the bad old days, and this is all because of the complete failure of the Aam Aadmi Party, the law and order in Punjab. That is what is happening in Punjab. Even the economy of Punjab is in shambles. And the reason for that is nobody wants to invest in Punjab. Just to give you a small example. In 21-22, the investment in Punjab was 23,000 crores.
So the argument that the BJP is making that the Aam Aadmi Party seems to be losing control over Punjab. Quick rebuttal, Mr. Sharma, before I get in Arvind Kumar Jain as well.
Yeah, when somebody says that there's been an intelligence failure, is the BJP saying that today there were multiple triple murders in Delhi? There was an intelligence failure on part of Mr. Amit Shah, who is the Home Minister who takes care of Delhi. When a sitting MLA was killed just a few weeks ago in Maharashtra, is he saying that the BJP government of Maharashtra had an intelligence failure? He was saying something about foreign nationals alleging something about Aam Aadmi Party. Then if that holds true, then a foreign government called the Justice Department of the United States has said something about Adani. That also holds good, right? So let us not get into that. Your visuals are very clear that the Punjab police were so, in Hindi mein jaise bolte hain, itne mustahil the, they are trained so well, that even before an assailant could attack somebody, a VIP, and this is not just about a VIP. Any government, Poonam, any government worth its salt, whichever government comes into being, whether it is a democracy or even if it is a aristocracy or whether it is a dictatorship. Any government worth its salt, its first job is to provide security to all its citizens and justice. And today is a very clear example that security was provided, and this is not just about an individual sitting there. Anybody with a gun trying to attack somebody, a policeman tries and ensures that.
Sure, but the antecedents of this man are important, and that's where the bigger question comes in. Arvind Kumar Jain, would you then say the argument that the Aam Aadmi Party is making that if this was intelligence failure, then crimes in other states, other cities would also warrant the same thing? Is that comparing apples to oranges? Because Punjab is not like other states. It has a dark history of militancy, one that has cost it very dearly and has taken a very long time for the state to come out of. Secondly, it's a border state. It's not just the state's security that is at peril, it's the nation's security that could be at peril as well.
I don't know why AAP spokesperson is mentioning that law and order is a state subject time and again. Law and order is naturally a state subject, and state government is supposed to protect the citizens. Sukhbir Singh Badal is not an ordinary person. He is a Z category protectee. He has been deputy CM. He is president of Akali Dal, and he is a sitting duck. If you see him sitting there, he is on a wheelchair. He is a sitting duck from a distance of 50 meters, 100 meters, 150 meters. Any person with a sniper can take a name. And this terrorist, Babur Khalsa terrorist, is moving around. Yesterday also he was there. So I don't agree with the contention of Police Commissioner Amritsar that armed men cannot be proposed. Armed men and in uniform they can't be posted around Harvinder Sahab. Fine, you don't post them. But what about plainclothes people? Why was this person not spotted? What was he doing yesterday? Why was he not detained? Had he been detained, this weapon would have been recovered. So this is very basic policing in which Punjab police has failed miserably, and even then that person managed to fire. Sukhbir Singh Badal is lucky. He's working as a sevadar there. Firing on a sevadar in front of Golden Temple, it's a very heinous crime, and it's the duty of Punjab police to save that sevadar. It's an example of glaring what can I say? Steps should have been taken. Steps should have been taken to ensure the security of Z security category person, Sukhbir Singh Badal. Sukhbir Singh Badal is not an ordinary person. Had there been some attack and had he been knocked off, there would have been real trouble in Punjab, in the border state, as you have mentioned, bordering Pakistan. Pakistan wants only this. So Punjab police has failed miserably, and intelligence people should have been there all around him. And such a person who is known terrorist, who was involved in 2004 jailbreak, in which very famous people, Jagtar Singh Hawara and killers of Beth Singh and Tara Singh, they were released because he had constructed a 94-foot tunnel. He is not an ordinary criminal. He has dozens of cases against him. So I don't agree with the contention of AAP. It has been a miserable failure on the part of Punjab police, and they should now make all possible arrangements, because he is going to sit there for quite a few days and in front of other gurdwaras also. His life is important. It will have a lot of repercussions in Punjab and neighboring states. So his security should be ensured. Either you put snipers, or you cover all the rooftops in front of the building. I have not seen that place. All the buildings should be covered, and he is a sitting duck. He cannot even run. He has got a hairline fracture. You have seen sitting him there. So he is not in a position to run or to take shelter anywhere. So he is a sitting duck. So if this is repeated, and then it is going to be a very serious situation.
But Mr. Jain, is that because somewhere this bigger threat of a revivalism or of a possible threat of Khalistani elements wanting to foment trouble, is there either a blind eye being turned to that or denialism as far as that threat is concerned? Is that why we're seeing such emboldened? I mean, this happened a little before 9 a.m. in broad daylight, right outside the Golden Temple, which is thronged by the commoners, which is also, in this particular instance, it was in full media glare.
Allegations have been levied against Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, the house which he had taken on hire. It belonged to a terrorist, and it was in discussion throughout the country, and he got a bad name because of that. I didn't want to comment on these things, but you can say this much, that Punjab government has been soft on this front so far, and they will have to pay a very heavy price, I'm telling you, because of this terrorism in Punjab. We faced it in UP also, in Tarai, and we had to work very hard for a few years to finish it off from here. Punjab is a very important state, and
Absolutely,
And
which is why, like I said, this can't be seen as an isolated instance or just one particular case of a deteriorating law and order situation. Siddharth Sharma, is there reason or is there credence to the opposition, many others like Arvind Kumar Jain also believing that perhaps the Aam Aadmi Party is not taking this threat as seriously as they should?
Two things, let me make it very clear. The people of Punjab are peaceful as well as courageous. Punjab, most of the households in Punjab are farmers, and Punjab gives most number of people to the Indian military. So let us not get into that. Punjab has a very glorious track record as far as the security of India, be it
absolutely, there are no two ways about that, and no one is casting aspersions on that either.
Yeah. And the second point is a successfully foiled attempt on television, on live television, which you are showing right now on your screens, being projected as a failure itself shows that there is an ecosystem conspiring to bring bad name to Punjab. This is very clear.
I don't think so, sir. Sure, that I agree with you. And like I said right from the start, it was the swift-mindedness of that particular ASI that we averted an assassination of a former Deputy Chief Minister. But the fact that this man is out on bail, he has been charged under UAPA, so should actually be on the radar of agencies. The fact that he has a gun which obviously has no license, he's been able to procure that, has been wrecking the place without anyone noticing, that surely does raise some questions.
Yeah, that surely does raise questions, and that's why the Chief Minister of Punjab, Bhagwant Mann, has initiated an inquiry into it. But be rest assured that once these kind of, I've already given the data. Punjab crime rate being lower than India, 1.5 times lower than India and 6 times lower than Delhi itself goes on to show that Punjab is showing the way regarding security and justice, law and order in India, whereas the BJP government, which is in power in Maharashtra, isn't able to.
Again, it's not a comparison to make, sir. Like I said, the security in Maharashtra is not one that could put the entire country's security at peril, which is the case of Punjab. Which is what I said right at the beginning. But unfortunately, I'm completely out of time. I have to leave it there. I thank you all gentlemen for joining us here on this edition and sharing your perspective. We are slipping into a quick break on this edition of Plain Speak, but we'll be right back with more news and updates specifically coming in from Maharashtra. We'll get you more on that. Don't go anywhere.
I declare martial law to protect the Free Republic of Korea from the threat of North Korean communist forces, to eradicate the despicable pro-North Korean anti-state forces that are plundering the freedom and happiness of our people, and to protect the free constitutional order.
비상계엄을 선포합니다. 저는 이 비상계엄을 통해
Through this martial law, I will rebuild and protect the Free Republic of Korea, which is falling into the abyss of national ruin. To this end, I will definitely eradicate the anti-state forces who are the main culprit of the country's ruination and conduct vicious activities.
반드시 척결하겠습니다.
지금 과장님 지금 이불 앞에 국회도로가 완전히 점거됐습니다.
설패하라!
I declare martial law to protect the Free Republic of Korea from the threat of North Korean Communist forces, to eradicate the despicable pro-North Korean anti-state forces that are plundering the freedom and happiness of our people, and to protect the free constitutional order.
비상계엄을 선포합니다. 저는 이 비상계엄을 통해
Through this martial law, I will rebuild and protect the Free Republic of Korea, which is falling into the abyss of national ruin. To this end, I will definitely eradicate the anti-state forces who are the main culprit of the country's ruination and conduct vicious activities.
반드시 척결하겠습니다.
지금 과장님 지금
Thank you for staying with us here on Plain Speak. Swift developments coming to the fore from Maharashtra. Devendra Fadnavis is going to be the next Maharashtra Chief Minister. He's going to be taking oath tomorrow with two deputies, Eknath Shinde and Ajit Pawar. What we're learning is that Devendra Fadnavis currently is at Varsha Bungalow, which is the official residence of the Chief Minister. The caretaker Chief Minister right now being Eknath Shinde. Yasha, my colleague, joining us, getting us more details. Yasha, we're given to understand that right before Mr Fadnavis arrived at Varsha, there was a meeting of Shiv Sena leaders as well there.
Absolutely. In fact, after having left from Raj Bhavan, all the three leaders went to their respective official residences. That is, Eknath Shinde went to Varsha, Devendra Fadnavis to Sagar, and Ajit Pawar had gone to Devgiri. However, at Varsha, because considering the fact that during the press conference of the leaders, there was a constant question that was put forth to Eknath Shinde, and an offer also put forth by Devendra Fadnavis that he would want Eknath Shinde to be a part of the government with them. However, Eknath Shinde said that he would want to think through and inform by evening. In fact, this was a chorus that was put forth by Devendra Fadnavis as well, wherein he mentioned that the leaders of Shiv Sena would want to see him, being along with Devendra Fadnavis and Ajit Pawar. That also led to a funny moment between the three, wherein Ajit Pawar had confirmed saying that he would take oath irrespective of whatever happens. So clearly now, after a meeting with the Shiv Sena leaders who happened to convince Eknath Shinde, confirmed that he'd take oath as Deputy Chief Minister tomorrow. Now for the further discussion that is to be held,
perhaps on who gets what portfolios, because that seems to be one thing that differences need to be ironed out on as well. Do keep a track of what transpires there in Mumbai. For the moment though, Yasha, thank you so much for getting us the latest on that front. Slipping into a quick break on this edition of Plain Speak, but on the other side, we'll get you the showdown that's transpiring over Sambhal. Who is really wanting to keep the Sambhal pot boiling? That's what we want to ask on Plain Speak tonight.
I declare martial law to protect the Free Republic of Korea from the threat of North Korean Communist forces, to eradicate the despicable pro-North Korean anti-state forces that are plundering the freedom and happiness of our people, and to protect the free constitutional order.
비상계엄을 선포합니다. 저는 이 비상계엄을 통해
Through this martial law, I will rebuild and protect the Free Republic of Korea, which is falling into the abyss of national ruin. To this end, I will definitely eradicate the anti-state forces who are the main culprit of the country's ruination and conduct vicious activities.
반드시 척결하겠습니다.
지금 과장님 지금 이문 앞에 국회도로가 완전히 점거됐습니다. 정말 심각합니다.
북한 공산
I declare martial law to protect the Free Republic of Korea from the threat of North Korean communist forces, to eradicate the despicable pro-North Korean anti-state forces that are plundering the freedom and happiness of our people, and to protect the free constitutional order.
비상계엄을 선포합니다. 저는 이 비상계엄을 통해
Through this martial law, I will rebuild and protect the Free Republic of Korea, which is falling into the abyss of national ruin. To this end, I will definitely eradicate the anti-state forces who are the main culprit of the country's ruination and conduct vicious activities.
세력을 반드시 척결하겠습니다.
Welcome back to Plain Speak. Congress members of Parliament Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi Vadra sought to visit violence-hit Sambhal district in Uttar Pradesh, but they were compelled to turn back from the Ghazipur border between Delhi and Uttar Pradesh. They were halted by the police following hours of tense standoff. What eventually transpired was also frustration among those passengers, those travellers who wanted to go from one state to the other, minding about their daily business. Amid escalating political and communal tensions, the local administration had imposed restrictions until the 10th of December. Yet, we saw both these leaders, along with their cavalcades, wanting to go to Sambhal. Meanwhile, opposition leaders also staged a protest in Parliament here in the national capital. Both the Congress and the Samajwadi Party members of Parliament walked out of Lok Sabha in protest against Rahul being stopped at the Ghazipur border. The BJP, meanwhile, ridiculed this visit. They said this was nothing but a mere photo opportunity for Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi Vadra. So who really wants to keep this pot boiling? Who really wants to keep Sambhal on the edge? That's what we ask on Plain Speak tonight.
मेरा जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल अधिकार है उसको मुझे दिया नहीं जा रहा है। नया हिंदुस्तान है, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन को खत्म करने का हिंदुस्तान है।
किसी भी दल के नेता को ये जाने नहीं दे रहे, आखिरकार छिपाना क्या चाहते हैं? और प्रशासन की भाषा देखिए, 10 तारीख तक जाने क्या क्या छिपा देंगे, जाने कितना दबाव बना देंगे लोगों पर।
एक रस्म अदायगी करने के लिए उत्तर प्रदेश के संवेदनशील इस समय जो क्षेत्र है वहां संभल में जाने का प्रयास करते नजर आए।
Let's open this up. Anila Singh, spokesperson of the BJP, joins us. Karuna Sagar, spokesperson of the Congress and former DGP, with us as well. Political analyst Sanjay Rana with me here in the studio. But let me begin by asking Karuna Sagar. There were prohibitory orders in place by the state government. It was made very publicly clear. Why then the insistence of Rahul and Priyanka Gandhi to go to Sambhal? Can you hear me, sir? We'll try and reconnect that line as far as the Congress spokesperson is concerned. But Anila Singh, today we had a united opposition in Parliament raise this issue and say that the BJP wants to hide something, which is why they're not letting any politicians. These prohibitory orders are because they want to hide the facts there.
My Ram Ram to all. And I think they are doing what any opposition will do. They want to come into limelight. They want to catch some picture ops. This is what they are doing. Because they know it very well that the whole of the area is very sensitive, very volatile. At the moment, emotions are high. This is not the right time to visit there, and any sensible government is not going to allow that. They know it very well. But at the same time, they have to prove that whether we talk about Mr. Yadav or whether we talk about Mr. Gandhi, that they are the Masiha of Muslims living in our country. So now the fight is in between Rahul Gandhi and Akhilesh Yadav, that who is a bigger Messiah of Muslims in Uttar Pradesh. So this is what the fighters, like in Sambhal, we saw the clash of clans in between the Samajwadi Party's MLA and MP. Now here the clash comes in between the Rahul Gandhi and Akhilesh Yadav. So this is a battle in between them. But here in Uttar Pradesh, Yogi Adityanath's government is not going to allow anybody who can instigate more problems there, because after 10th you can go and visit. Let the investigation happen, because every day new things are being discovered. And we know it very well. If we talk about Sambhal, it is demographically imbalanced district. 75% of population belongs to one particular religious community, which created ruckus. So I think it's a very sensitive situation, and sensibility is that you please sit at home. You do ruckus in the parliament, in which you are expert.
Karna Sagar, if you're back with us, if you heard what the BJP says, what I also want to ask you was that why the insistence of Rahul and Priyanka Gandhi to go to Sambhal when there are prohibitory orders in place? Just 2 days ago, other Congress leaders, including the UP Congress chief, wanted to go, and they were met with the same fate. Rules are rules, they're meant for everyone.
Yeah, you see, there is a disconnect between the people and the administration. And Mr. Rahul Gandhi is LOP and Mrs. Priyanka Vadra is a member of parliament. And there is a need for such a situation to provide balm to people. LOP has special privileges in constitution, special duties and a special role in constitution, and that is that whenever there is a disconnect between administration and the people, he has to visit, and he has been visiting whether it's Lakhimpur Kheri or whether it's Hathras or it's Manipur. See, Manipur has been burning since May 3, 2023. And the Prime Minister has not found time to visit that. He has gone everywhere but except Manipur. So in this situation, when you are denying the LOP to visit a place where there is
but there is no indefinite ban on Rahul or Priyanka Gandhi from visiting Sambhal. It's just until the 10th of December, until when these prohibitory orders are in place. It's 4th of December today. Wait another week and then Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi can both go.
Poonam, I have been in part of the administration and section 144 can be enforced at will by the district magistrate, and it can go on ad nauseum. In fact, most of the metropolitan cities is automatically, always the city is under 144. So there is no guarantee that after 10th there is going to be a relaxation as far as 144 is concerned. And Mr. Rahul Gandhi does not have a image that any place he has visited, he has fomented crisis, he has created problem for the administration. He just wants to know the ground reality and provide.
But why should the rules be bent for him? He may not want to go there with the intent of trying to foment trouble, as you're saying. Fair enough. His intent must be to try and give solace to the people there. But why should the rules be bent for him?
The administration is not allowing him. In fact, he is the one who.
Because there are prohibitory orders in place.
Go alone.
Which is why I'm asking, why should rules be bent for him?
You see, there in parliamentary democracy, you cannot, disallow a leader opposition of the parliament to visit a part of the country where there is a problem and the people need him.
Sure.
The people there, they want him to come and meet them.
Sure, I agree with you. I take your point there.
Role has.
The administration's role is also to ensure that there is peace and quiet and there's calm and that tempers don't flare. And if they in their wisdom believe that any politician, it's not about Rahul Gandhi. Like I said, 2 days ago, Ajay Rai also tried to go there with other Congress leaders, with local unit of the UP Congress, and they were blocked too. Other delegations of other political parties have also been blocked. So there is a general bar on politicians right now making a beeline to Sambhal, not on Rahul Gandhi specifically. So why then should rules be bent for Rahul Gandhi?
See, Mr. Rahul Gandhi said that he can go alone or he can even accompany the police force of UP police. So imagine one individual wanting to go alone who has the responsibility towards the people. And if you are stopping him, then actually you are murdering the constitution. You are not allowing LOP to perform his constitutional responsibility.
It's interesting you cite the constitution, Sanjay, and I want to bring you in as well, because the constitution would also say that you must follow the law of the land, which was enforced in this particular case. But it seems like the Congress wants that particular law to be bent just for them, not for anybody else.
Poonam, good evening to our fellow panelists. First of all,
I told you
I always
that
Sure. Karna Sagar, I'll come back to you. Sanjay
I
Rao.
always feel surprised whenever I hear the statement of Congress party spokesperson or Congress party leader. They say they feel the LOP. LOP is not above the law. They are not the god. LOP is a person who is just sitting on the opposition post, and he cannot bend the law. He is not above the law. He cannot do anything. Obviously, government has imposed some restrictions, and you can go after 10th. If you feel that you have to wait for the investigation report, once the investigation report is coming, you feel that investigation report is not aligned or not as per your thought, or this against the people of Sambhal, then you obviously have to raise the bar. You can raise the concern. You can highlight the matter to Prime Minister in the Parliament as well as on the street. But this is not the way you need to demonstrate. I failed sometimes really. Poonam failed to understand Rahul Gandhi or Priyanka Gandhi, just a member of parliament. They are not the prime minister. What kind of responsibility is talking about? Prime minister has a responsibility for this country to take care of everything, not the LOP. LOP is the leader who is sitting on some particular chair, but he cannot above the law. Again, I am saying he is administrative officer, and he is saying bending the constitution. Which constitution you talking about? He has been carrying a book of the constitution. Does he know how many pages are there in the constitution book? No, he doesn't have any knowledge about the constitution. Constitution is totally different. You need to abide the law of the land, and then and you need to follow it. If you're not following the rules and regulation of the government, whether it's a Congress government or whether it's a BJP government, doesn't matter. Law is law, and it will take action. Number two, most important thing, who has given the order? Court has given the order for the survey, not any political party. Why come blaming political party? And who was raising the slogan against these surveyors? Those who are visiting there, they were following the guidelines of the court. Nothing else. They are just following their duty. They were doing their duty.
Sure.
But you are making unnecessary creating issue. There is already chaos is there. Already violence is there. You need to avoid visiting such places. You should wait for another 3-4 days, and you can go there. Nobody is holding it. Again, people are talking about Manipur. How Manipur problem has been created? It's been created before independence. You need to understand how it's been escalated so far, and how we need to mitigate such kind of issue. No one is talking about the issues and concern. Just naming Manipur, just naming Hathras, just naming Sambhal.
And it's not about comparing one particular state or one instance to another, because that's the easy way out, I believe, to do that. But Anila Singh, I want to ask you this. 24th of November is when the violence broke out. It's been 10 days since. Are we to say that the situation is still so tense, and the administration and the BJP government there have not been able to bring it under control, that any visit by any politician would flare up sentiment once again?
See, Punu, if I talk about Western Uttar Pradesh, it is a very sensitive area of UP, if from communal point of view. Because demographically it is very, very sensitive, and we have seen worst bad riots happening, and the latest one was 2013 Muzaffarnagar riots. So the situation has to be handled in a very fragile manner, in a very delicate manner, in a very subtle manner. And the police administration there doesn't want any outsiders, whether the person is LOP or he is the president of some national party, whosoever, to go there and to create little more ruckus. Because if any leader is visiting in the area, then workers of that political party will definitely like to go and see and meet his or her leader. So do you think that police administration should see these leaders, or they should investigate?
But Rahul Gandhi says, I will go alone.
Secondly,
I will not take anyone with me. prohibitory orders are in place for groupings to go there, but Rahul Gandhi says, let me go alone, let police escort me.
Poonam, he may not take his workers from here, but what about the workers living in Sambhal area? What about them? Is he going to stop? No, he cannot. Like just now I heard Mr. Sagar, he said that I come from administrative background. Then sir, you must appreciate what police administration of the area wants. Who else can better understand? It is a very delicate situation. Tomorrow, if Bharatiya Janata Party, Uttar Pradesh chief says, no, I want to go and visit in Sambhal area to see that what police administration is doing there. I'm talking about the political party. From there, from one side, Bharatiya Janata Party chief comes, and from other side, Mr. Akali Dal comes, or Rahul Gandhi goes there. Do you think everything will be normal? No, it won't. Again, everybody will start pointing fingers towards the police administration. पहले से क्यों नहीं बोला, समझ में नहीं आ रहा था, मना कर देते, रोक देते. So, when Rahul Gandhi is not allowed to go, at the same time, Bharatiya Janata Party's state chief is also not allowed to go there. Or Shiv Sena Shinde Group's chief is also not allowed to go there. Let the situation get normalized, then they are more than welcome to go and help people, and they should also visit the police persons who are injured. They should visit them as well, because they got injured while doing their duty. So some sensitivity should be shown from these leaders.
Sure, it's not the right time, Karuna Sagar, and it's not just about the BJP questioning you or why Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi want to visit Sambhal. Even within your own alliance, within the India bloc, including the Samajwadi Party, the TMC, have questioned the timing. That in the last 1 week or so, Sambhal has not even cropped up once for the Congress while fighting in Parliament. It was only the Samajwadi Party that raked it up. But now Rahul Gandhi has suddenly realized that this is an issue to fight about as well, which is why he decided to go to Sambhal. That's not the BJP saying it. That's the Samajwadi Party, your ally, saying it.
Yeah, I take it from where the expert of the panel was saying that Prime Minister has special privileges. But what happens if the Prime Minister abdicates his responsibility? Then LOP has to come in. And Section 144 means that there cannot be a gathering of more than 5 people. And if Mr. Rahul Gandhi wanted to go alone, then he is not violating the Section 144. And there cannot be a blanket ban on visiting anybody, any Indian citizen from any place. And what Anila
there is no blanket ban on any Indian citizen visiting there, sir. The ban is only on politicians and outsiders from Sambhal visiting there at the moment. Like I said, and the ban is not just for Rahul Gandhi. It is for every politician who wants to make a beeline to Sambhal.
See, when there is a crisis like this, the people want the political class to visit them and assuage them. And that is important. They do not want to be forgotten by the political class, and that is the responsibility of the political class, not just the LOP but other parties and the government.
So why have we not seen the LOP raise Sambhal in Parliament even once? It's been over a week that the Parliament has been functioning. Most of it was washed out because the Congress focused on the Adani issue, on crony capitalism, and didn't want to talk about Sambhal. And your own ally said that that's not acceptable to us.
See, we have been raising the issue of Adani, we have been raising the issue of Sambhal, we have been raising the issue of farmers' plight, we have been raising the issue of Manipur, but the moment the Adani word comes in,
and what about Shimla?
Government starts shivering, and the government makes sure that Parliament doesn't function.
Because of the Congress government.
So the Parliament didn't function for the first week of... Anila Singh, just a moment. Anila Singh, just a moment. Karuna Sagar, the Parliament didn't function for the first week because opposition members of Parliament rushed into the well of the Parliament in both houses, raised slogans, which led to adjournments. There were key legislation and bills that were on the table that couldn't be tabled because of those slogans that were being raised. No one is stopping the Congress or anybody from within the opposition to raise issues that they want to. That's what a healthy democracy is for, but there is a way to do it.
Opposition was flagging certain issues and the government is not willing to allow them to discuss, and because they were not allowed to be discussed, there have been adjournments.
Sure.
And the adjournments suit the ruling party because they do not want issues like
Sure, but
Adani
does
to
that
come
mean
and
the Congress
be
or Rahul
discussed.
Gandhi in this particular case should have to break the norm, bend the rule and go to Sambhal, irrespective of the fact that no one else is allowed to do so just because it suits their narrative? At least that's the allegation that's coming to the fore. Well, we'll keep a track of that and much else here on CNN News 18. Before now, it's a wrap from my side.
Green Lamb Laminates presents CNN News 18 Primetime Studio.
Namaste and Jai Hind. We're coming to you live from the CNN News 18 Primetime Studio presented by Green Lamb Laminates. This is The Right Stand. I'm Anand Narasimhan. On the 23rd of November, the NDA alliance in Maharashtra